Hello, Kay. Yes, this is Rosebank, which is some 80 miles to the west of the Shetland Islands. As you say, it's Britain's biggest untapped source of oil and gas on the North Sea continental shelf. There's been prevarication over this site for more than a decade. I mean, it was discovered more than a decade ago. The US energy giant Chevron was involved in it at one point in the dim and distant past. The owners now are Ithaca Energy, which is a London-listed oil and gas company, and Equinor, which is the state-owned Norwegian energy giant, previously known as Statoil. Now, there are between 300 and 500 million barrels of oil reckoned to be available to be tapped from this field. But obviously, there's a good deal of controversy about it. Opponents have said it could produce something like 200 million tonnes of carbon dioxide were production to go ahead. Now, I think what swayed the government, obviously everything has changed since Russia invaded Ukraine last year. It's really emphasised the need for countries to be more self-sufficient and self-reliant in their own energy sources. Obviously, the UK has got a renewables industry which is pretty nascent, but we still depend very, very heavily on oil and gas in particular. And so obviously the government's thinking is that if you can tap these sources of your own, then that makes you less dependent on the vagaries of the world elsewhere. It's reckoned at its peak if production gets underway between 2026 and 2030, it could be accounting for around 8% of the UK's entire oil and gas production, should production go ahead. Ithaca Energy shares, by the way, I should tell you, Kay, have opened up nearly 8% higher as the market opened this morning.